George, explain what's going on here. Because we're going to try and bang out this trunk tonight, or at least do as much as we can.
Okay, so, long story short, I know a lot of people think there's a lot of Bondo on here, but there's really not. It's all metal. The only place that there's Bondo on the top of this trunk lid is right here, at the seam between the part that flares up and the trunk. So there's one stripe of Bondo here, and then there's one strip of Bondo here. And that's it. However, we want to block everything so when we paint it, it looks smooth as glass. So what we have to do is sand it off, scuff it up really good, and then do a quick wipe of Bondo on the whole thing, and then block it all. Super smooth. And then primer it, block that, primer it, block that, and then it's ready for paint.
Sounds good. So we're going to get the Bondo out and start applying it as soon as we get this all cleaned off and scuffed up.
Pretty much.
Alcohol's right here. Did you want to scuff it down or get the DA and go over the whole thing with like some 36 grit?
Probably.
All right, I'll get that hooked up. So I got a bunch of pieces of cardboard cut out. That way I have a bunch of mixing pallets, and we can just slap a bunch of Bondo on this thing all at once. And once that dries, start blocking this whole thing. So this top part really isn't the biggest issue for us. It's back here, it gets really, really wavy. So George was just bringing this down a little bit here and just trying to get a lot of the excess Bondo off. And we're just wiping it down right now with alcohol before we apply the Bondo. So we're just getting ready to Bondo right now. Except for, why are you sanding? We're gonna have to re-alcohol that.
I know.
All right, well, we're close. So we're just now finishing up the trunk. We're getting this top edge filled in, and then that way we can actually get this top all good. We didn't do any back here, as you can see. I think we're gonna wait until we get this block for the most part and then attack that back side. But I don't know if you saw, but this thing was super wavy all the way across there. So we're really trying to get this thing flat, and then that way we can see where we want the top of this to be. Kind of crazy. We went through so much Bondo, like literally like, probably like half a gallon. That thing's almost empty. So we're gonna go ahead and let this thing dry, and then we're gonna start blocking it. Or are we gonna use the cheese grater first?
Yeah. I mean, if anything, like we should have used it as we were going along, but it was just gonna create a mess and get like hard parts on our soft stuff. So like, it's not a big deal. Like we could take a DA to it or some.
I don't know about the DA, because then it's just we're kind of putting ourselves back in the same position.
Realistically, you want to do something super coarse on a block.
Okay, well that's all I have. I only have 36 grit.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's getting pretty dry, so we were concerned because of the cold weather that it wasn't gonna dry, but it seems to be doing okay.
I think you mixed it pretty well. I think the amount of hardener that you added was pretty decent, and it definitely helped dry faster.
It's 58 right now.
It's 58 degrees right now.
Jesus.
Tyler, I'm sick. I need to tend to my illness. So, I'll set up the tripod for you. Wherever the fuck it is.
You just gotta move it every 30 seconds.
Where's the tripod? No. Oh. Duh.
So camera died, but we actually started blocking this thing. You can see this area is starting to get there. This area is pretty damn smooth. You can't tell because there's some guide coat on it. And that side's getting there. But you can tell that we skim coated this whole thing. But as you guys should know, we're going to be taking off 90% of this. As you can see, it's down the metal here and almost all the way down, all the way across here. And down the metal there. So you just gotta realize that we have to do this in order to get it entirely smooth. Anyways, more progress on this thing. Yeah, this side's not nearly as good. You didn't, I guess, like, you know, you weren't laying it quite as good on this side.
Yeah, you know, that's what it was.
Well, this is what you started on. You probably got the technique down once you got to this side, because this side's like super solid. Like up here is all that really needs a little bit more sanding or Bondo or whatever, but this whole thing is super smooth.
Well, this is the side that was like really busted because like it had super high up here, super high spot, and then like a low spot, and then a high spot.
Anyways, guys, it's about that time. It's getting a little late for us, but we made some decent progress. We got this thing skim coated and blocked halfway, and then Frank's car, we got his windshield in, so pretty successful night. Did you want to show him?
Not really.
Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and peace out.